May I have hotcakes with sausage, 2 sausage egg McMuffins, and a large orange juice.
Before we complete our order, let's review our list to make sure it is correct so far.
We have a little list, we keep track of. I'm sure you'll start hearing about it.
Number 10, the dull color of winning.
2 people competing to see who could be the most beige.
Number 9, the quarterback whisperer.
Blueprint, tame, this wild stallion of a quarterback.
Number 8, the K-Gun revolution.
Passing game that was ahead of its time.
Number 7, Shula's adaptation.
Totally revamped his philosophy.
Number 6, patience is a virtue.
Tom Landry and Roger Staubach developed over time.
And now, the number 5 quarterback coach duo, Vince Lombardi and Bart Starr.
To me, the numbers that leap out and what leaps out about this duo is the pure winning when it matters the most.
The ball game's over and the Green Bay Packers have won the championship.
The trophy's named after him, right? So I think we can start from there.
And the Packers have just taken the championship.
I think when you look at the postseason record, it's off the charts. They had 1 loss together.
Starr dropping straight back, hit as he throws, has the ball, and is
7 championships. And this duo together goes 9-1 in postseason play.
How about that? We've never seen a finish like this one.
They were as dominant within their era as any pair that we're going to see on this list.
Bart Starr, there was never a better quality human being on this earth.
Every person that has been on our club through the years that was exposed to Coach Lombardi, when I tell you that we're better people for having been exposed to him.
Lombardi didn't seem like a nice guy.
What are you doing out there?
This is a mean guy who gets the best out of his guys.
I'll tell you something, Leroy, you're not going to get your job back unless we get a better performance.
Ran his team with an iron fist, for sure.
What the hell's going on out here?
Anything you ever hear or read about Vince Lombardi, it's controlling.
Well, your story's outside, not here.
Obviously, he knew how to push buttons.
Let's go, come on, dude. Come on, Travis, get off of that count there.
Very rare that you think of him as someone who was giving control to any of his players. But that's what he did with Bart Starr.
What happened at 68?
I don't know what the hell happened.
That was against Zeke. It should have been great.
Well, nobody blocked on the left side. Marvin, you missed that guy every time.
Vince Lombardi saw his ability, saw his leadership skills, and that's what Vince Lombardi was all about, was leadership.
I also think that Starr might not get the credit he deserves because he did play in an offense that was handed off.
Starr takes the ball, hands off to Horning. Snap of the ball, Paul Horning off the right side, cuts it to 5, touchdown.
Vince Lombardi and Bart Starr have to be put in the context of the times. It was the 1960s. The NFL in the 1960s was about 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
And a winner, run
The most important play we have. It's the play we must make go. It's the play that we will make go. It's the play that we will run again and again and again.
And, I think some of those games, I think the Packers would win like 3 to 1.5.
So you had a coach with a really defined belief and a quarterback who was willing to do that. And that takes a lot more than people think.
When you think of the Packers of that time, you immediately think of Lombardi. And in my mind, immediately right after, you think of Bart Starr.
Seems like a barrel of laughs, though, hanging out with Lombardi, right? I mean, it would be a lot of fun going to a party at Vince Lombardi's house.
Back here and stay here. No, I don't have to get it.
Migraine problem, do you, man?
The number 4 quarterback coach duo, Chuck Noll and Terry Bradshaw.
When you get people who are at that high of a level, in sync, it's a truly scary thing for a defense. But they don't have to be in sync.
Chuck Noll and Terry Bradshaw might not have been in sync, but they made beautiful music together.
What's that line from Whiplash? The worst thing in the world is good enough, right? Who wants to be good enough?
Chuck Noll and Terry Bradshaw were also a coach-quarterback duo that evolved over time.
What resonates most about the Noll and Bradshaw duo is that not only do they progressively get better during their time together, they go 4 for 4 in the Super Bowl.
And that started the whole dynasty of the Steeler organization, and it starts with those two.
He had in Terry Bradshaw, again, this raw talent. Chuck Noll, again, treated Terry Bradshaw the way he needed to be treated.
I'm cows and horses and dogs, and he was wine and Russian literature and stuff I have no clue.
Bradshaw wasn't an overnight success. Noll benched him early in his career, and Steelers fans were merciless.
Don't read the newspapers because they're going to say bad things about you.
The relationship might have been rocky, but the results were rock solid.
Terry did a good job in third down conversions.
At the end of the day, I don't know if you have to be friends with the guy if the guy gets the results.
Got 2 yards to go on third down. He's going to pass. Terry Bradshaw fires, and it's cut to the 40.
And Bradshaw dropping back. And it's a touchdown for Pittsburgh. They went straight down the middle on the bomb.
My dad didn't hug me till I went to college, and it worked out great for me. It actually did, and I'm dead inside.
Together, Noll and Bradshaw won 4 Super Bowls in 6 years, dominating the 70s.
They were known as a defensive team. Steel curtain, right? How you gonna beat that, right?
Well, Noll built arguably the greatest defense in NFL history, so that certainly helped Bradshaw get to those Super Bowls.
Bradshaw rolling to the right. They're after him. He throws on the move into the end zone. And Bradshaw dropping back. Now Bradshaw pumping, firing downfield. There goes Stallworth. He pulls it in at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5, and it's a touchdown for Pittsburgh.
I think that the steel curtain was Julia Roberts to Terry Bradshaw's Lyle Lovett.
How about that, huh?
You're on your own.
Not on our own, on our way. And no dogs either. Just the best of the best. Stay tuned.
I think the perfect marriage of coach, system, and player.
Come on, let's go.